you're chasing. I wanna.
Guys, it's Tracky here. Today I got a new tutorial. This is really going to be something I probably should have done for my first thing. And that is, if my computer isn't too laggy to do this tutorial, kind of just the basics of getting started in Sony Vegas. Come on, computer. There we go. Okay. So you're going to open up your Sony Vegas here. 12 or 11. I use 12 personally as my main thing. Occasionally I do a couple things in 11. More of like the cleanup things for the project. Just to kind of put a little bit of a nice little edge on it, I guess. So yeah, I don't know how long this video is going to end up being, but you know, if you're interested, I highly recommend staying. I'm going to try to cover as much as I can about some pretty easy stuff to make your edit look good whenever you're first started editing. So what you're going to first want to know is you're going to know how to make a new project. Now, I highly recommend these settings. If I remember, I'll crop in on this and make it higher, or like zoomed in more so you can see my settings. These are the ones that I believe work with Black Ops 2, to where you won't get some weird lines in the middle of it whenever they move at all. And they'll look good with MW2 and everything. So yeah, just hopefully you get these down. If not, you want the HD 720 60p or 1280 by 720 59.94 frames per second. Height 1280, width and height 720. Field order, progressive scan, exclusive 1000 or whatever, blah blah blah. Frame rate 59.94. And this is just what all I have. And I have to start all new projects with these settings because, yeah. So anyway, whenever you first get into your Vegas, you are going to be pretty confused. Now, if I could go back to how I was first thinking, I know one of the big things I had was I didn't know how to split a clip. So, going back to my Vatican recruitment challenge thing, because this is the only clip I really want to show you guys until my episodes for sure came out, which I can't actually tell you that. Splitting a clip is actually really, really simple. But before you even get into doing anything with your clip, you have one thing you have to do. One, you need to go into here to switch to disable and go to disable resample. That is the most important thing you will do, because if not, it just kind of doesn't make your project look like it should. Second of all, I highly recommend making sure whoever sends you the clips, if you are editing someone else's clips or your clips, that they have disable resampled and their clips are at 59.94 frames per second or 59 frames per second or 60 frames per second, whatever. That just makes everything kind of better. The Twixtor especially. Twixtor's a very highly used effect. So yeah, let's get into some of this stuff. This here is obviously your preview box. Personally, preview full for me works. Actually, preview auto is what I usually use, but that was kind of shittier actually. I guess, preview full, whatever. The higher you go in your preview, the more it lags, so just keep that in mind. You want to edit without lag if at all possible. Now, certain plugins, like Twixtor and RSMB, whenever you go over those clips, it's going to lag no matter what you do, unless you have your thing on draft and quarter, I believe, which is, you can't even hardly see what's happening, so, yeah. Anyway, I think I've got a decent amount here. Oh, I was going into splitting clips. So splitting clips is actually really simple. Keep in mind S for split, which is the S key on your keyboard. Split. Split. There you go. So now you see it dragging into two different tracks. Not tracks, but whatever you want to say, clips, I guess. That actually opens up a lot of decent effects. You know, you could go from the guy being in the middle of the air spinning into the kill cam at that same point. Whatever. So yeah. Up here, there's not a whole lot that you need to mess with that I know of as I stand right now. Save is about the only thing, and maybe save as, and then open, and file is for a new project. Yeah. Anyway, there's different things that you will actually do, like a twitch effect that I used to do. You'd go into properties and change the stereoscopic 3D mode. You change that around. Over here, this is your tracks or whatever. You can add, say you have multiple clips down here, and you wanna add a certain thing to all of them. So say you want to add RSMB to every single clip, which is right here. All you would do is just drag it down onto this, and it would add all of that. So you wanted to add magic bullet looks to every clip for your color correction. Drag it down there. If you wanted to add a new track, you had to right click underneath all your tracks and hit insert video track or insert audio track. Now, say you wanted to do a commentary, you could right click over here and go arm for record and just hit OK. And as you can see here, you click right here, you're actually, you would start talking. And you can't see this right now because this mic has a very low volume. And actually, just so I can get my volume high enough, I have to do something, which I can actually, this is perfect to show you this. You would be able to, you can raise the volume on your track by doing this, or actually no, I think you can only lower it. Yeah, it'll be as high as it can right here, but you can either lower it, or if you need to make it higher, you go over here. And you can change it like center, left to right, which I leave in the middle because otherwise your ears are going to be weird. So, yeah, 1% left, oh well. Let's see, what else? Oh, say you wanted to use an overlay. Get an overlay here real quick. Say you wanted to use an overlay or a flare or something. We're just going to go with this because this is the one I see. You can see here the screen where it is black. You don't see the clip at all. First of all, I always want to get rid of the audio because you're not going to be using audio with an overlay. So you're going to be coming over here, you know, blah, blah, blah. Your track's going to be going along. You're going to think the overlay's good. Nope. It overdoes it. Now, most people would well, first of all, here's what you're going to want to do. You're going to want to click on this little box here. It's going to give you multiple different options on what you want to do. There's actually an overlay option, which you would think would be the one for an overlay, but it's not. I'm going to go ahead and show you what it looks like whenever you do the overlay like this. It looks terrible. It looks really, really dark, and it just looks bad. I don't know why it does that, but it does. So what you actually want to do is you want to click on this, which this box is actually for the compositing mode, I believe is what it's called. You're going to want to go to Add. And you're going to see here, I can't remember exactly what it does, but I think it makes it match with the screen or something like that. I can't honestly remember. But yeah. Let's see, what else is there? You know, down here you see most of your effects and whatnot. You know, just different things you can do. If you want to saturate a video more, you'd go to color corrector and just drag that on your track. And down here, the saturation levels. So you can see there, it just saturates it, whatever. Up here are your like, I guess, play buttons and whatnot. Obviously, play from the start. Well, this is one of the big things I use right here is the frames to go back and forth. You can also use your right and left on the keypad or whatever you want to call it to do that. This is go to start and go to end right here. Those are something I use whenever I'm finishing a project more than anything. Your stop, I don't know if that just stops. It's like just a stop, like a pause type thing, as well as pause right next to it. Obviously play right here, and then play from start, which plays from the start. Loop playback, I'm assuming that's whenever you go like this, which we'll get into that here in just a minute. Click that, yeah, that's what it is. Like I said, I don't use everything on here, so Yeah, and then we already went over this. This is just for recording commentaries or whatever. So yeah, that's most of everything that I really think that you need to know. Oh, a couple other things. You can make a clip longer, like in slow motion, by holding down Control and dragging the end of a clip. You can also speed it up by hitting Control and dragging the end of the clip towards this way, which will speed it up. You can see the guy running faster here, or slow it down. It's going slower. So yeah, we'll go through a couple things on here. Delete obviously means to delete. The switches is for disable, reasable. Certain things, the properties, some people uncheck maintain aspect ratio. I'm not 100% sure why. I've never really needed to. So yeah. And then you have your video event pan crop, which actually you can, crop if you want. Say you wanted to show somebody the freaking bomb. I don't know why you want to do that, but you could do that. Whatever. There's a lot of keyframing stuff which you'll get into later as you get more advanced. I'm not going to show you that in this tutorial just because of the fact that you don't need to see that right now. And you have your copy your clip where you can copy it up here, up above it, paste, or cut, delete it, I guess. And you can, there's some other stuff, paste event attributes, which can actually be kind of an important thing, but that's not for this tutorial. So, yeah. There's a whole bunch of different things that this actually will do as you get more advanced. As along with these effects, there's a lot of things you will use these for that you will never think that are, you'll see some there and you'll think it's completely useless, and then it'll be one of the best effects you've ever seen. So, yeah, that's kind of, whatever. Anyway. Now we're going to get into kind of rendering whenever you're ready to get your project done, you're ready to finish it. So what I do, here's how my render settings are. First of all, we're going to go up here, and you're going to go to render as. And up here you can name it, and here's where you can save it. I save everything to my desktop personally, but anyway. To render an MP4 file, you go to mains concept abc-aac. And for ABC, it shows the file types you want to render, so you just need to find the file type. I can't really help you for anything but MP4 because that's all I render in. And then if you're for YouTube videos, internet 720 or 1080, I recommend 720 because 1080 really isn't that big of a difference to me. Personally, myself, I don't even watch videos in anything but 360. So, anyway. I always have to make a custom template because I guess mine doesn't save for some reason. So I just go to customize template here. Here's my render settings. Go ahead and copy these. Oh, wait. Oops. Hold on. Alright, now you got my custom settings or whatever. Just change that to 59.94 every time. It'll work just how it needs to. I don't really do anything with this at all. So, yeah, if you want to go get some great render settings, I recommend going somewhere else to find them. These are just average, get the job done render settings. Render loop region only. This is definitely probably the thing you need to have checked. I'm not sure what it does without it, but anyway. All you do to render the loop region only is you're going to go above the numbers right here. See where it's kind of like blue lines for me. That's just because I probably dragged it along somewhere. You're just going to start there and drag it all the way to the beginning of your video. And now what this is going to do is it is going to render everything in this area into one video. Oh, while I'm thinking about it, Shift B is a pre-render. It'll actually show you what your project looks like rendered out while you're editing, so you can look at that. For some reason, my pre-render is really weird, and I won't render like the whole thing. Sometimes it'll stop like halfway. But yeah. So whenever you're ready to render, you've got everything done, you're ready. Just highlight all of this. Go File, Render As, name it whatever, and just click render. And it'll come up with a render box here, start rendering everything. I'm going to cancel this because I don't want this on my computer. Plus my computer's already rendering something, so I don't want my computer just shitting on me. So cancel here. You have the option to close the dialog box when it's done rendering, which I don't do. But yeah, and then it'll just go wherever you save it. Currently, right now, I'm rendering a commentary, as you can see. It's got 54% remaining. It's been rendering for 16 minutes, 8 seconds, and the approximate time left is, well, the approximate time varies, especially whenever using RSB or Twixtor, which I'll make tutorials for those later. So, that's really, most of what I can think about to tell you guys. Hopefully I didn't miss anything. I guess something while I'm thinking about it, you can like change the size of your tracks. I prefer to have 4 tracks on and a decent sized preview box, but you can also come down here like this and just, you can mess with it, make your Vegas look how you want it to make it look. Now also my Vegas is a different color, and I can show you guys how to do that in a different tutorial, which is not for today. So yeah, I have a lot of tutorials. I'm ready to get going. I might actually upload this first. This might be my first tutorial. I've already made 2 others, but I'm not sure if I will upload those before or not. I think I'm probably going to go ahead and do this one first. So yeah. Anyway, guys, I'll be getting in to show you how to use a lot of these effects and how to do some stuff that I know how to do. I'm not sure how long that'll go because I am only limited to my knowledge, but I can make a lot of different tutorials, guys. I mean, I know a lot of stuff. Just if you want to see anything in particular, go ahead and leave it in the comments. And I'm not going to guarantee, but I'm going to say there's a pretty strong chance that I'll know how to do it. So if you guys enjoyed this video, or if it helped you out at all, please leave a like and maybe a comment saying it helped. This is Tracky, and I'll see you later. Peace.